Boys and girls, today we're starting the Mona Me project. You might have your photograph that you're going to cut out just your head shape. If you don't have your photograph yet, we're going to use these tracers. So just like the real Mona Lisa, we're going to slide down a little bit from the top and we're going to trace this shape. And this is where your photograph is going to fit. So if you have your photograph, you're cutting and gluing it and putting it right here. For today, I'm going to write my name in that spot because my photograph's going to cover it up. From the bottom of that shape of the head, we're going to add the neck. Mona Lisa's neck is just like ours, comes out on each side. Her dress has this big scoop neckline. So I'm going to add that in. From there, we're going to work on the shoulders. They come out and then they go down where her arms are. So the shoulders are coming from the neck, out on each side, and down. I have the start of her arms. Her arms are kind of crossed, so they're going to bend in. Looks like an L on that side and a backwards L on this side. What we can't see very well in this picture is the inner part of her arms. So inside I'm going to add some of those L shapes. Hands are tricky. Her right hand is on top. So I'm going to start by adding that right hand. I'm going to add the thumb. And then I'm just going to add what looks like a mitten shape. If you want to try to draw every finger, you can, but I'm just going to add some lines in there to show her finger spaces. The hand underneath, we only see part of, just the fingers underneath it. What's hard to see on some of our pictures is that she's sitting and the sides of her dress kind of come right off the bottom of the paper. This photograph, we can actually see a little railing behind her. She was sitting outside in what appears to be a brick wall of some kind. I actually see the ledge of it over here as almost a rectangle shape, and it continues on this side. If you have a picture and you have the room, her hands are actually resting on a little box. So I'm going to have that come down. Behind her, the Mona Lisa is sitting outside. We see some very fuzzy looking shapes of maybe some trees or maybe even mountains behind her. There's some water, like a pond or a lake behind her. On this side, I can even see a dirt road. It's winding. So to make it look like a road, I'm going to add a second line right by it. So it looks like we could travel on there. Same thing over here. There's some more dirt paths or roads back there. I'm going to make them 2 lines thick. That's looking good. I think I'm ready to start the coloring part. So once you have your face on there, you'll be able to kind of match the color of the skin. Chances are you're going to want to start with a peach. Some of you might need to add in some pink or even some brown. As I'm coloring this does not match my skin perfectly. So I'm going to layer these oil crayons. So I might color really lightly with my next layer to get a different color. Oil crayons can be smeared with your finger. If you're somebody who would rather just push harder with your crayon, you could do that too. So I've got the peach on the neck, peach also in the hands. Once again, pushing hard. Oil crayons are meant to be hard and dark. The Mona Lisa's dress is mostly brown, maybe a little green or black inside. So oftentimes kids get the oil crayons and they're like, oh, I'm going to do this really fast. But oil crayons aren't meant to be colored really fast. You're going to take your time. Push with your muscles to get those dark colors. I'm going to layer some green right on top of that, and then it's really starting to look like that color. I like to smear my oil crayons together to get some really nice mixed colors. That's a choice of yours. What happens though as we're coloring is we might start to lose the shape of the arm. So I'm going to do a little bit more in this dress area and show you that sometimes you might need to take a color like black or even the brown again and add a little bit of value. That means I'm pushing a little bit darker to see the inside of the arm, this part right here. So most of the Mona Lisa in that background is brown, green, maybe a little blue. If I look at the water, it does not look like this bright, beautiful blue color. It's much lighter than that. It's almost like a gray color. So, ooh, the white on top of there looks pretty nice. To get gray, maybe even a little black. That's looking more like the watercolor. So I'm just looking at this picture. I forgot to add the hair in. Oh, I'm going to draw some hair down there. Mona Lisa's hair looks a little bit darker than her dress. I actually might start with some black for the hair. And then I might add some brown on top of that. That's looking pretty good. That's looking like the Mona hair. It's not a very bright, sunny day out, so I can't really use just blue. What if I start with some light blue? What if I add white on top of that? Still not that color. Look at that. Side by side, there's not that blue color in that sky. What if I add a little black on that, like the water? Ooh, that's looking much like the sky, like it's almost going to rain. So today, your goal is to start that coloring part and blend those colors to make it look like the real Mona Lisa. Next time you have art class, you'll be able to finish some more, and we will get this on a brown piece of paper as a frame.